Good day, folks. This is Greg Judy at Green Pastures Farm. Today, my special guest is Joe Sievers, and I'm at the Practical Farmers of Iowa conference. And Joe, I saw you registering down here. You noticed me. And you said, "Greg Judy, you want to tell a little bit?" We've been talking actually.
Sure. Well, it's real nice to meet Greg Judy. I've followed you for years and years, and you know what he says to me makes sense. I grew up farming on this farm in western Iowa, and we had 200 cows. We raised about 1,000 pigs a year. We had diversified crops. We didn't have a lot of inputs because we used our manure, and we tried to do it a little easier, you know.
Yep.
But in the 80s, I was farming with my dad. I farmed 15 years professionally, and I was getting sick. I couldn't take all the chemicals. It just wasn't working for me, and I wanted to change, but that wasn't the narrative. And what we wanted to change, I wanted to change to organic or low input, and that wasn't what it was. Dad's farm, so I said, well, then I guess I'll have to go. So I moved away for 25 years, but I moved to New Mexico and northern New Mexico, and there's a lot of farming there. They raise about half their food. Okay. In the community I was in. So greenhouses and tunnels and gardens and a lot of grass raised meat, and I got hooked in with some young guys. Of course, I like to talk farming, and I got hooked in with some young guys, and they wanted to bring in the synthetics and everything, and I said, no, you gotta grow your soil, because their soil, you look at it, there's no organic matter. The humus ain't there. The humus ain't there. And so we started working together. And they might have 5 or 10 acres. I have one fella that's a real good friend of mine. He has 120 acres he farms, but they're 10-acre lots.
Okay.
And he travels around. He moves his cows, probably, about every day.
Yep.
He has 30 head of cattle. And he moved them down the road, right in the middle of town, and it works, you know. People don't mind. He sells meat locally. He's in a local food store there, and so when we moved back, I told my wife I don't want to live in town. I want to.
You moved back to Iowa.
Moved back to Iowa 3 years ago. This will be the 3rd year. I said I want to live out in the farm. I want to live out in the country, and. So we bought 60 acres, and the farm had been farmed pretty hard. I had corn cobs on the land that I was pretty sure was 3 or 4 years old. Nothing had digested that, you know. Mm-hmm. So you look at that and you say, okay, there's no microbial left in this. Yep. So what I did was I seeded it down the first year, and I just mowed the oats down. I put it oats and alfalfa and 7 kinds of grasses.
Okay.
And I just mowed the oats down. I didn't combine it, I didn't bale it, I didn't do anything to it. I just mulched it. I bought a bush hog, and like Greg talks about his on some of his videos, it's a good tool to have. And and the next year I did make hay. I had a pretty good hay crop. So the second year, we didn't have any inputs, and we had dry, and so I just mowed my field. The last cutting wasn't worth making. I just mowed it and let it lay.
Yep.
And the next year, we've doubled our hay yield. But we only took 2 cuttings because that's all it was going to be good for, you know.
Right.
So that's kind of the evolution of our farm. I don't know how long it'll take, but it's getting better.
Yep.
And it takes time.
You came to this conference kind of on a whim. You and I were talking, or I don't know if we emailed or talked. Yeah, we talked.
We talked, yeah.
And you told me where you lived. I'm like, well, shoot, John, I'm coming your way. And it was yesterday morning, matter of fact, and so you're here today. But you came in this direction, you know, for health, and you're concerned about the way farming's going.
Well, I am because of our health. My dad had autoimmune disease, Parkinson's, caused by farm chemicals. Mayo Clinic told him. And
the Mayo Clinic told him that?
Yes, that farm chemicals caused his autoimmune disease, Parkinson's, and he lived with that for 25 years. which is a terrible death. And I just don't want to walk down that road.
Yeah.
And so as the things we put on the land are killing the microbials, the biome, the whole integral part of the land that the food is taking up. So as we eat that stuff, we ingest those chemicals secondhand, but they destroy our digestion, they weaken our immune systems, they weaken our animals, they're sick. You know, it's a never-ending cycle.
It's
once
a
you get
vicious
into
cycle.
it. Yeah, once you get into it.
Yeah, you're not working with nature anymore. You're fighting nature at every breath.
Right.
And you know, when I woke up in the morning years and years ago, I'd wake up in the morning, what can I kill today?
Yeah.
You know, we're farmers, and the nature's going to put us out of business.
Yeah.
And so it takes a different train of thought. Well, I'm just so glad. Again, your name?
Joe Sievers.
Joe Sievers. Joe, thank you so much for the interview this morning, and I look forward to conversing with you over the next couple of days.
Yeah, I appreciate the opportunity the Practical Farmers put on here. You know, it's good information.
Yes.
People should get down here and check it out.
I think it's awesome. I mean, it's a big conference, and it's a well-attended conference. They've got a lot of different topics, and I wish more states would do this.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I do too.
All right,
Thank you,
Joe.
Greg.
Yeah, thank you, sir. And folks, hit that subscribe button on the way out, and we'll see you next time.